Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I buzzed you out, didn't I?
Yeah, you kept on going, and it was too much. It was too much. Dear listeners, we just finished watching something, and Maim was very excited about something, and she kept being excited. And
Very sorry.
It was her ADHD focus this time, and that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I was doing that at dinner the other night too, and I realized I didn't stop talking, and I looked over at my friend. I was like, "Why don't you tell me to shut up?" He's like, "How am I supposed to know you're supposed to shut up?" I'm like, "You've been around me long enough."
Girl, sometimes it makes people very uncomfortable to do that, to have to tell you to be quiet. Like it doesn't like me, no, obviously, because I will just walk away.
You've had many decades of it. So.
Girl, I'll do that to anybody. And the thing is, people who I know that are think otherly than me. I've got a few people with ADHD that they are not, that are otherly wired, I guess, a better way put it. They do not get offended when you do that because they know that they have ADHD, and it's like, well, okay.
I like my favorite part about it, my undiagnosed ADHD at this point. That's what I'm going to start calling it. My favorite part about it is when I start having separation from myself, and that's when I know I'm talking too much. Is because I almost can hear myself while I'm still talking. I'm like, I'm talking too much. While my mouth's still going with whoever I'm talking to.
Girl, when you start talking about separation from yourself, I was like, oh, she's starting to do a meta-analysis of herself. That's just her 40s. That's all that is. Girl, that's midlife. That's
If this is midlife, I'm not ready for senior years.
Girl, you only got about 23 more years for that.
I need you to hush. I need you to hush your mouth right now. You got just as many years minus 1 month.
Minus 1 month, minus 3 months.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I got nearly a full quarter. Actually, I do have a full quarter.
Good job, quarterback.
Back.
Crooked letter.
Oh God. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Maim, do you know what's going on anymore?
We're recording You Slay Me.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Crooked letter. We had a lot of crooked letters on this episode.
Girl, speaking of Mississippi, did you know that we have a Patreon?
What?
Dear listeners, you get a Patreon. Isn't this the smoothest transition ever? If you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw some money. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Maim.
Yeah.
Maim. Did you know that we have another podcast?
Oh, really?
That's right. It's called Baking Sugar. It's our Design Women podcast. And dear listeners, we're resurrecting Over the Moon and We Object from the Dead. And if you're a patron, you will get a video of us out of drag that recording it. And you will get the first one this week.
Ooh.
Hopefully. Hey, man. Well, we're recorded this week. Hopefully we get it I can run it through the little instrumentals. Now I've made a promise I've got to keep.
And
it'll be monthly. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
What?
Mimsmaim.com. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Pardon. Do you know what I love? Ooh, that was tasty.
You love a good 5-star review.
I do, Maim. Do you want to see if we have any for this?
Yeah, let's check it. I mean, we kind of guess, but let's for giggles.
No, we don't. Um, but dear listeners, if you're enjoying what we're saying and what we're throwing at you,
Or if you just hate it.
or if you hate it, you can leave us a 5-star review too. That's a little
Yeah.
weird, but go ahead and do
Just
that.
like just hate rate us.
Hate,
5
hate,
stars.
hate. I don't
I
care
used
what
to love that song.
I know you did, girl. I know you did. I
Woo!
remember you duck walking down the hallway, dance to it.
My Lord, I love that song so much.
Well, girl, this is season 4, episode 20, Showdown in Saskatchewan.
Come on, Saskatchewan.
Well, girl, they are
Yeah.
playing a fucked up version of rodeo in the background, and that'll become a little more obvious in a moment, like the
Stupid.
rodeo.
I don't know why they always keep saying that.
So, girl, now we're at a rodeo in Canada.
So, just for the sake of, before we get too deep into this, is that what they call rodeos in Canada? Or are they just being different?
I think, girl, well, you've got to think somebody in Oregon called it a rodeo too.
Why is everybody calling it?
I don't know.
Like,
I know. So I know why JB's calling it that, because she's British, right? Angela Lansbury's British, so that's why she's saying rodeo.
But everybody on this episode is not British.
There's some people that are calling it rodeo. There's some people that's calling it rodeo. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you, Maim. I don't have an answer for you. But we are at a rodeo in Canada, okay? We are at a rodeo in Canada. And, girl, that's your problem, not that everybody's got a southern accent when they're from Montana.
Boo boo. Everything in this episode gives me a problem. What are you talking about?
You know what? You know what
episode-
I'm most interested to see in Agatha all the time?
What?
Joe Locke with an English accent. He's very young, so I kind of want to see how well he can do, right?
We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
So we meet Jill, who's very young, and her cowboy, Marty.
Played by some dude that used to do a lot of like those kinds of like skin movies back then.
Oh,
in the
really?
80s.
Girl, you would know.
No, I just remember because like
Yeah,
he's
because
just one
you
of those
saw
people.
him. That's why you remember.
No, I
Keep
wasn't
going.
allowed to see those movies.
That doesn't mean you didn't see him.
I didn't see any of his. He was in some movie called Hot Dogs, and I remember it looked funny because it was a skiing movie at the same time Ski Patrol came out, and but it was rated R, so I couldn't get it at the video store. And I don't believe that we're gonna skip over the fact that we have a young, nubile, pre-lesbianic Christy McNichol, honey.
Who's Christy McNichol?
She was one of the most prominent actresses of the 80s when we were kids. She was on Empty Nest. She was on like, what? Are you kidding me? Christy McNichol was she was everywhere when we were kids.
Girl, she wasn't. I mean, okay, let me take this back. She was in a bunch of made-for-TV movies when we were kids.
Yes, that's all we had back then.
That's not everywhere, girl. That
was everywhere back in the 80s. Have you forgotten the power of made-for-TV movies in the 80s?
We didn't watch them.
We aren't talking about your crazy family. We're talking about the rest of America.
Okay. Who was she? Oh, she was an Empty Nest. She was the one she was the other one.
The not pretty one.
No, I think she was the pretty
No,
one.
she wasn't the not. No, she was the not pretty one. She was the nerdier of the two of them. The other sister, the redhead, she was like the pretty vain one.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that is a show that I completely just forgot
Oh,
about.
I loved Emptiness.
Oh, we loved it too, but I didn't. It just it. I have zero memory of that show. Like, I remember what's his doodle. Um, I don't. What is his name? The actor, Richard
The
Mulligan.
main actor.
Richard Mulligan.
I thought you were gonna say the neighbor.
And I remember the nurse Laverne, because she was the best part of the show.
Of course,
Um,
the Southern nurse.
yeah. So we meet Carla, and we find out that Jill's mom called. Carla's married to Boone.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important. She's married to Boone. All these Southern accents, they're supposed to be from Montana. They've not gone. They're not Southern, girl. They are not Southern.
I mean, we know that they're Western, but some Western people have kind of like a Southern accent.
So we were like, we were talking about songs today,
Okay.
and there were hold on, just
Like the Songs of Solomon.
like songs that states know, songs
Okay.
that like everybody in your state knows,
Like
and
the Old North State song for our state.
huh.
Like the
No, no,
Old
no,
North
no, no, no,
State.
no, 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 no. Hold on here.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. What's the name of this? The song I'm trying to think of. There's the hold on.
Magdalena.
No. Oh my God, what is the name of this song?
Oh no, girl.
About the ship in the Great Lake that sunk. Oh God.
The ship in the Great Lake that sunk.
Yes, Gordon Lightfoot record the Edmund Fitzgerald. Are you familiar with the song?
No.
It is a 6.5 minute song. It was a very popular Gordon Lightfoot song back in the day.
Okay.
Everybody from Wisconsin knows the song. I guarantee you that it's just a thing because it's about a shipwreck near there.
Was it like a pop song?
I mean, was Gordon Lightfoot ever really pop?
I mean, I'm not as familiar with the career of Gordon Lightfoot, so I don't know the answer. I don't know anything about Gordon Lightfoot to begin with.
What year
So,
is it?
that's what I was asking.
So I what year did this come out? This came out in 1976. Okay.
Okay.
It's a ditty, like it's a sea shanty. It's pretty good. Like it's if you like
Songs about shipwrecks?
yeah, folky music. And then I was like, well, what song does everybody in North Carolina know? And my husband's like, oh, this one. And puts raise up, North Carolina, put your hands up. Take shirt off, spit over your head like a helicopter, North Carolina. You don't know the
What is
song?
that?
You don't
No.
know that song? Oh God, girl, that was huge when we were like in elementary school.
In elementary
In
school?
elementary school. Oh my God.
What style of music is that?
By P.D. Pablo.
That's not elementary school. That was like late 90s.
Oh, that was
I had to go look that song up when they played it during the roll call at the Democratic National Convention. I was like, what is this song for North Carolina? Legitimately, I was confused.
It was 1999. Sorry, yes.
I was very
You
confused.
didn't know that song?
I looked over at my husband like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, okay. You are the only person in North Carolina that does not know that song.
I mean, think of the style of music it is. When have I ever actually listened
think
to
of
that?
what was happening to you at the time.
Yeah, that too. Right? Like, when would I have ever heard something like this?
It was,
Petey Pablo. Is he like from our state?
I believe so. Yes, girl. He is from
What would be like a runner-up song to that? Like,
Wagon Wheel.
okay, that's.
Do you know that song?
Yeah, I know that one.
Okay.
Jeez Louise. It's so funny that you said it because when I'm telling you, if you had seen my face when that state came up, I looked over at him like, I feel like I've missed a memo of some kind because all these other states I totally understood. I was like, okay, yeah, all right,
And I bet you
yeah.
everybody at the DNC from North Carolina was singing that song.
Oh, they were going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone was going crazy. I mean, it was, but that was the thing. Like, it was one of those. It was what you just said.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Everyone was going crazy. Like, we all know this song in North Carolina.
Yep, we do.
And that's why I felt like I was the most omitted person from an inside joke of ever in my life.
Yeah. Like, girl, we like that is something that is pretty common. White, black, everybody just knows that song.
Yeah.
But
Like,
I
all
swear
right.
that I heard it when I was much younger too. Like somebody had that was a second coming of that song.
Maybe it was like maybe what you heard was like maybe he used like some samples from a previous song.
Maybe.
Because, that was a big thing in the late 90s.
Well, we're at JB's and JB gets a phone call, and it's Louise, and she sends JB to find Jill.
If I had been JB, I would have been so mad because she was knee deep in cleaning that oven, and that was hard back then in the 80s.
Girl, how often do you clean your oven?
My oven now,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like every 6 months.
I ain't never cleaned my oven. I've been in this house 6
Oh.
years.
Oh, okay. Do you use your oven a lot?
Every single day.
Do you have a lot of spills in it?
Probably. Girl, if you turn the problem is if you turn on self clean, it gets so hot.
Everybody says all of the cooking shows and channels and people, they all say never use a self clean inside of an oven.
What do? Do you use the foam and
just use the old school way? They said don't use self clean. It's actually like worse for your oven itself.
Okay.
But
well, girl, we are back at the rodeo.
Come on, rodeo.
And Jill goes over to see Carla, and JB's here, and she says that she is here to spy on Jill. Like, she just fully admits it right there. And JB also says she's never been to a rodeo before. This is her first time. Girl, have you ever been to a rodeo?
I have.
I never have.
They're all right.
I mean,
just smell. They smell and they're loud. And that's about it for me.
But you like a cowboy.
I do like a cowboy. That's true. But like, every time you ever see like sizzle reels from rodeos, they always find like the most handsome and all of this. That's like maybe 25% of the people that are participating. The rest of them are they're like the people that would have hate crimed me as a teenager and adult. And I have to turn my accent on.
Are you going to dye your hair, or are you just going to keep it?
I realize that this is just it without any product in it, so it just looks like broccoli.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it blonde.
Okay.
Plus, it's like less maintenance, less concern.
Okay. Yeah. No. I didn't know because usually by now you've dyed it.
No, I know.
So
I know.
Because your roots starting to poke through it. I was like, yeah. So it's this.
No, I actually like the strangely enough, it's long enough now that the roots kind of work with it.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah. I got somebody, I can't remember who gave me a compliment the other day, and I was like, oh, Actually, somebody that I realized just recently, actually, this was on Friday. I didn't tell you this. I was out. My friend that lives in San Francisco came into town, and
It's somebody I know.
not you haven't met him personally, but it's the one I've told you about before that I used to just the travel nurse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he came into town just for a few days, and we went out, and I realized something that I had not understood, which is that almost all of the performers that I work with have never actually seen me in real life out of drag.
Yeah.
And so some of them were at New York Grilled Cheese, and they were like, they didn't realize it first. And then one person realized, and they were like, what? Like, they didn't know anything about my hair color, like nothing. They didn't really know anything about me outside of it. It was a kind of a weird moment that I just wasn't expecting.
No, it's better to keep it that way.
No, I.
But what? Because when they start knowing what you look like in real life, they can start asking you for things in real life.
I mean, that's what block is for. Block.
You can't block somebody when they see you out in the street.
Have you met me?
Yes, I have, and you will talk to anybody like they're your best friend.
You got I only that's partially true until you get on my nerve.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
If you get on my nerves, that's going to be a very different thing. So.
Well, JP meets Marty, and then we meet Luke, who's Marty's producer and trainer.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Marty says that he will meet Jill a little bit later on and JB at the Spur.
Ooh,
which is
the Spur.
Bar.
Oh, come on, Spur.
Well, it's a little bit later on at the Spur, girl. And we meet Wally the Clown, who's hurt. Mm-hmm. And Doc Schaefer comes in.
Do you recognize Wally the Clown?
No.
That's Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's.
Girl, how can you recognize Bernie? He was like this the entire time.
I mean, I recognize Bernie.
Okay,
He was alive in the beginning of that movie, so
for like 5 minutes. Well, he's alive at the end too.
All I'm saying is you're missing a lot of like 80s icons in this episode. like you're just like, who are these people? Who are these people? That's not like you normally. You're usually pretty good at catching these.
It's because these are 80s icons I don't care about.
Oh, jeez. Those were not my words, dear listeners. Those are not my words.
It's not that I don't care about them. I shouldn't put it that way. It's that they never resonated with me.
Okay.
I have seen Weekend at Bernie's this many times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I watched it a lot.
I watched it once and I was bored. Yeah.
Did you watch it as an adult or as a kid?
As a kid.
And you were bored?
And I was bored.
I thought it was such a funny movie.
I was so bored. You and I have different forms of comedy.
I know. I like I asked my parents for the VHS and everything. I was like, can we buy it? I loved it.
Yeah, no.
My dad said, just wait for it to be on HBO or record it. He wasn't wrong.
Yeah. It was what, the next week, maybe 2?
No, it was like, remember, this is back when it was like 6 or 7 months
it was
before
like 6
it
or
would
7
come
months.
It wasn't like now where it's in the theater one week and streaming the next, which is just weird.
So Doc Schaefer comes. Should I know who Doc Schaefer is? Should I know this person?
No.
Okay. Well, Doc Schaefer comes in, and we find he's the doc for the rodeo. So he fixes people up, but not
badly.
well, because he like fucked up Wally's leg. So he goes over to Boone and then tries to feel up Carla. She gets upset, and Boone like threatens to kick his ass.
Completely within reason too. I mean, like
Completely
that
within
was
reason.
very inappropriate.
So Doc's wife takes Doc away. We don't find out to the very end of this episode what Doc's wife is. Do you remember what it is?
Maybe what do you mean what it is?
What her name is? We don't find out to the very end of the episode what her name actually is.
No, and I watched it again today.
Because they always call her Mrs. Schaefer, that sort of thing. We don't find out to the very, very, very end what her name is.
What's her name?
Consuela. We finally know what Consuela looks like.
Origin story we've been waiting for.
The
her husband
crossover
dies
with designing women.
Her husband dies and she travels south and she ends up getting a job for Suzanne Sugarbaker. Wow. That's why she's so angry.
Exactly.
She gained a bunch of weight because she was grief eating.
Yeah, became Hispanic somehow.
Right?
I don't.
She probably took up residence inside of a bodega and just lost all of her English.
Dear listeners, I'm giving Maim a look right now. It is not a fond look. It's not a look of, oh, that's hilarity. It's a look of, let's let that joke die, girl.
I love a good bodega.
I love a good bodega too.
Yeah.
Do y'all really have bodegas down there?
Oh yeah.
But like a New York bodega.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one that's on the same, the opposite, on the other end of the block from Villain.
Okay.
You get sandwiches and all that stuff. It's the same.
Do they have cats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the only problem is they let people smoke in there. So it's just like, if you're getting ready to go do a musical, it's like not the best thing to walk in and be like, can I get some Doritos? That kind of thing. But other than that, it's good.
Gluten in the air, girl. Gluten in the air. The airborne gluten. Airborne gluten.
Who am I kidding? He never listens to this.
Girl, question. How are the crystals doing?
They're okay. We haven't gotten any in a while, actually.
Egyptian artifacts?
No, we're focused on fall decorating now.
So fossils?
No, it's like fall decorating, like
pumpkins.
Fall, yeah, things like that.
Because it becomes fall in Florida.
It's as close as we're gonna get to it. This is as close as we're gonna get to it.
God. So Dirk comes back with a bet, and he's like, I will give $500 to whoever can stay on my bull the longest, Boone or Marty, if you know what I mean.
I am first of all, I was surprised that Doc had money like that.
For $500, I can ride any bull. That's not true. I'm a side.
Ooh, for a $5 footlong, you can ride any bull.
Girl, that would be gastric distress. Eat a foot long and then ride a bull. But we're over watching the bull romp around.
Do something. The bull's actually fairly calm.
Yeah.
At first too.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling there was some cattle prodding that happened.
It's very calm the entire time, girl. But the bull hurts Luke.
Oh no.
So Doc takes him back to the med tents. Like, he's got a hairline fracture. He's going to sedate him. And he also has told Marty he's got a concussion and cannot ride the next day.
Marty. Not a concussion, honey.
A concussion, girl.
Oh, don't hurt yourself, honey.
Me. So it's later. It's later in the evening. Apologize for that burp, by the way. It's later in the evening.
They're used to it.
I know. It's later in the evening, and Boone is looking at the bull with longing eyes, and he looks over his shoulder.
Hungry eyes. Sorry.
See, girl, I was thinking more Lady in Red.
I like that too.
She's
I like my bed.
dancing with me. Or with my naked eye, I saw the falling rain coming down on me.
Oh wow, I haven't thought about that song in a
I
long
love that
time.
song. I love that song.
That'd be a good karaoke song, actually.
It gets very repetitive. Like it's good for a little bit. Because I've seen people sing it in
Ooh,
karaoke before.
have you heard 9 to 5's karaoke version? Where
No.
Dolly, where they have that 9 to 5, the chorus is literally almost 2 minutes on repeat at the end of the song. Yes. I have seen many a person get very surprised and like looking at me like, what am I supposed to do? It just keeps going. I'm like, she kept going, so can you.
So my friend at karaoke the other day sang the full version of "Thank You for Being a Friend."
Oh, I love that version of the song.
She
It's a
dies at the end,
beautiful
girl.
song.
She dies. She dead at the end of the song.
It's a
She
beautiful
dead.
song.
She dead, girl. She dead. She dead.
No, I know that, but it's a beautiful song.
Well, it's a little bit later on, and Boone sees smoke coming out of the trailer. He runs
honey.
over. Luke is down on the ground. He pulls him out. And Doc. They pull Doc out, and he dead.
Sorry, Doc.
Yeah. It's the next
Riding bulls in heaven, honey. Riding bulls in heaven.
It's the next day. And girl, the Mounties are here.
Salute, honey. Salute. Come on, Dudley, do right.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that movie. I had such a crush on him.
We all did, dear.
Mostly because the Mummy, right? He was hot in the Mummy.
I thought he was hot in The Mummy, but also I thought he was hot, and because of my addiction to people that make me giggle, George of the Jungle, because, you know.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The handsome ending being stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That sold it for me. It's like, oh
What
my
is
God.
the horrible movie with him and Brooke Shields with all the animals?
Oh gosh, I forgot that movie
Yeah,
existed.
it's not good.
I
We'll
can't
call
remember the
it
name
We
of
Built
it.
a Zoo, even though that's not it.
That's Damon, my Damon.
That's a movie.
I
too.
gave that movie 10 minutes and I was like, oh no. I was in just like that kind of in my feels moment. I was like, you know what? I kind of watch something sweet this time. And that came up and I was like, no. This cured my being in my feels. You cured it so fast.
Oh God, girl, that's. Did you know one time I sat there when my husband was not in town and watched all of the Alliant movies? Allegiant, what are they? You know the ones I'm talking about, right?
Girl, I'm so sorry.
I watched all. Girl, I can't tell you anything about them, but I
Nobody
watched.
can.
I watched.
Nobody can. That's the first time. Okay. I find that franchise to be very interesting because I did actually, because I was familiar, I didn't read them, but I was familiar enough with the books to be like, oh, okay, this might be a cool new thing. You know, it's like in that Hunger Games lull we were in. And after the first movie, I was like, whoa. And then when it was so badly received that by the time they got to the third one, it essentially went straight to streaming because they didn't want to do a wide release of it. I was like, okay, great. I feel vindicated. How I felt.
Yeah, it's kind of Eckert, which I wish. You know, there's one movie of his.
I find that actor to be very handsome.
He's very attractive, but he's very boring.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was good as Two-Face.
There was one movie. He wasn't. That's not Two-Face.
That wasn't Two-Face?
No, you're thinking of Eckhart.
I thought that was Aaron Eckhart.
No, Ansel. Ansel, the young kid.
Oh,
Ansel
girl, I
Elgort.
heard.
Elgort.
Oh, I heard
Ethel
Aaron.
Elgort. Not
You
Aaron
said
Eckhart.
Eckhart, and I'm like,
Elgort.
yes, let's talk about Aaron Eckhart, Handy, please.
No. Baby
You're talking about
Driver.
was it Chekhov? Wasn't he
Chekhov.
Chekhov in the new Star Treks?
No.
Who was
No.
that?
Did you see the movie He Dies, He Dies? Fault in Our Stars. Baby Driver. Did you see Baby Driver?
No.
Okay, you didn't see Baby Driver's good, except that you have to sit through a Kevin Spacey now.
That title sounds terrible. What's it about?
Oh, it's a mob movie. He's just very young looking.
That might be why I haven't seen it, because I might have thought this was something very different when I saw the title come up.
Did you watch the remake of I Want to Live in America, Everything's Free in America?
No.
Oh, he's the main dude in it.
Tony?
I don't know what their names are. I just know that song.
Tony.
Okay.
Maria and Tony.
Tony.
Feels good. Yeah. It feels good.
You know what? We're just going to do it this way, and I will just show you a picture of him. That's what I should have done. By God, he's so
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now I know who you're talking about. I just didn't know what his name was.
All of this to say that Doc's dead, and it's the next day. The Mounties are here, and JB's looking for Jill. So the Wally, the clown, tells JB that Doc's dead and that he was a smoker and that smoking finally got him. Inspector McCabe, who's one of the Mounties, goes over to talk to Boone and like questions him a little bit and it's like, hey, it may not have been accidental. JB finds Jill and we find out that Marty wasn't with Jill last night.
Oh no. What's that song that Monica song? I should make a move, but I won't. Was it not the other night?
That is the only Monica song.
No, Angel of Mine too.
Oh, I forgot about Angel of Mine.
Yeah.
And the song that she had with Brandy. That boy is mine. Girl, that boy is mine. I just got a message. Who did I get a message from? Who this is? Oh, hey, Tim Waltz. Anyway.
Oh, will you pause for a moment? I need to read this text that just came in.
All right, girl. So we're at the medical trailer and JB knocks on the doors. Come on, knock on my door.
Come on, knock on my door.
So Inspector McCabe comes out and she's like, I'm JB Fletcher. And he's like, oh, you're JB Fletcher.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He loves some JB Fletcher.
Like, of all of the people that have ever been in her peripheral as far as taking that widow's peak, that's the one. She should have gone off in the sunset with that one. That's how this episode should have ended.
Oh, no. I think the British one's the one she should go off in the sunset with.
I could see Jessica in the wilderness in Canada with a Mountie.
Well, inside the trailer, we find out there was a fire on the couch.
Not a fur.
And that a flammable liquid was poured all over it. And that the x-ray was melted. So it was murder.
Oh, no.
The window above the couch was unlocked as well.
Stop.
Never.
Okay.
So we're back at the rodeo. And there's a flirtatious girl talking to Marty. And I looked her up in the credits and she's known as Flirtatious Girl.
Okay, what?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to say this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sister girl, upon viewing all of this, it should have ended right there. Right there.
Girl, she ain't got a ring on it. Somebody else does. Anyway, Jill comes up. It's like, this one's mine. That boy is mine.
Don't talk too soon, Henny. Don't speak too soon on things you don't know this is about, Henny.
Well, the rodeo has started, girl. Boone is up first. He does real bad.
real bad. Although I couldn't really tell that was
Yeah,
bad because
I know.
I always thought bad in rodeo stuff was like if you got thrown off the horse
Yeah.
and he didn't. So
Well,
I was like,
girl, it wasn't a
oh,
horse.
or whatever it was, the bull, the thingy, the giant piece of meat. I can't wait for people to see us live recording because half of these silences.
Girl, one day whenever we have enough people, we will do it in vivo.
I love
In
it.
baby, I will try to get us in at the Harris Cherokee. And when that
Come on,
doesn't
honey.
work, we will do across the street at the Days Inn Cherokee.
Yes. We will hire a banjo player or just get one of our friends that plays the banjo because I'm sure we have a
I'm
friend
sure
that
we
plays the
have
banjo
one,
by this
yeah.
point. Like at this point in our life, definitely.
Oh, God. So, girl, we're at the hospital.
All right.
And Doc's wife is there, and JB's there. She's come to see Luke. Doc's wife had just seen her. We find out that no one liked Duke. She didn't even like, or excuse me, Doc. No one did.
Nope.
And that he used to work in the prison he left about 10 years ago. JB goes over to Luke's room after this little discussion. And Luke's leaving. He's like, nah, I'm good. And McCabe
leaving. You're leaving kind of quick after breaking stuff, aren't you,
he's
buddy?
fine. He gets into the car with McCabe so McCabe can ask some questions. He in the car on the way back, he remembers hearing some spurs. He doesn't remember anything else because he's real drugged up. He doesn't remember hearing some spurs. Girl, why are you shimmying them titties?
Spurs, Andy. Come on, Spurs.
Girl, the only spurs you know about are bone.
Girl, that's true. It's true, honey. I had to put my feet in the massager yesterday after dancing, girl. Like, I have forgotten how to do this.
Tone indicator she never knew.
You better stop. You better stop. When I get turned up, I get turned up. I do my version of stuff. I know I don't do death drop, but I still put on a show.
Her version of a show, dear listeners, is doing a couple of church kicks, then sitting down for the rest of the.
That's not what I do. There's some mild humping.
For Jesus.
Drop it low for the Lord, Eddie.
Oh, God. So, we're back at the rodeo.
Okay.
And Jill is massaging Marty. Mm-hmm. She's getting in there with that oil. He's got a nice back.
He does have a nice back. I was really surprised and saddened when he sat up and I saw the front.
Not everybody can be that stripper from Designing Women, girl.
That's true. Or the delivery man.
That delivery man now. That
he was so much more attractive than the stripper.
So Jill,
I forgot to tell you, the second time I watched it, I realized like who he was reminding me of. I know it's not the same actor, but literally the second time I was like, "Will you be having wine with dinner?" I was like, "He looks like that actor."
Could you do that again with your shirt off?
All right. Would you be having wine with dinner? I think we found our waiter.
Oh, God, I wonder if Carrie Fisher even remembers doing that role. Well,
what about Mark? Mark's good.
God,
I love that movie so much.
Except for the little bit
I know.
of transphobia.
We know.
God. Well, while she's massaging him sensually, she asks to go home with him to visit his family.
Wow.
And she's like, no. After this, you're going back to school. He gets up and he's like, hey, let's go spend a little bit of time together. Luke shows up and it's like, hey, get back on that table and I'll give you a real rub down.
Awkward.
So he does get back on that table and gets a real rub down, girl.
Come on, Luke.
So JB's sitting there with Carla, and Boone is practicing. And we find out that this is Boone's last chance to actually win something. He's getting old, and he's just going to slowly get less and less money over time.
Gotta retire to the farm.
So we're back at the trailer, the med trailer, and Consuela is there. And she needs her clothes. We find out that Doc peppered Luke with a bunch of questions, girl. Yeah.
Were they red peppers?
What questions? Oh, peppered. Got it. Sorry. Sometimes jokes are so bad I can't even follow them.
No, I know. It just happens in my head, and I don't put a good filter up before I say them. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's
I'm not good at jokes sometimes.
You're very good at jokes.
No,
sometimes.
I'm not.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, sometimes, sometimes you gotta do right to be happy, yeah. One time you gotta believe in what you feel inside. You don't remember that song?
No.
Alex, I don't think you were a big Brand New Heavies fan now that I think about it.
No, I was not.
Yeah, that was like a more of a me by myself thing in Statesville. Musical interests I shared with no one around me.
God. So JB comes up and sends the investigator McCabe to Wally to ask questions. So JB and Jill start walking, and they're talking about Marty and how great he is, but sometimes feels like Jill sometimes feels like there's a little bit of something there that's not quite right, and all of a sudden, Daddy, there's a little kid that runs up to Marty.
I could have turned that episode off right then. I was so mad.
The look on her, there is a face crack. We go, and Jill sits down with this woman. And it's finds out that she's from Montana, that she has a ranch, the son's name is Buster, and is very she's very sweet and does not know a thing.
And Jessica's sitting there staring at her.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, Jessica, you know.
Well, Jessica's okay. Uh-huh.
First of all,
uh-huh.
How is this not discussed at all for the episode? They don't really talk about this.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
What do you mean?
And to me, I'm just saying, to me, Jessica and her niece, who have this very close relationship, I feel like there should at least been a scene where they talked about this, because this is a pretty major thing for a young college student to just experience.
Well, I think that the talk about it is handled in the next "We're leaving tonight" from Jill. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like that kind of moment, right? Where it's like, this show could have had just a nice, real moment, because almost all of her nephew-niece adventures are very shallow. And this is the first super real kind of thing that's happened to one of them in a long time, other than murder accusations. And I was like, man, that would have been, I feel like Angela Lansbury would have appreciated something like that. That's probably one of the reasons why she started pulling away from the show, because it was this is a real thing and based on the script, we shouldn't just glaze over this topic.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. Well, who am I? I'm nobody.
Well, girl, we're
She ain't
back
even
at the
live long.
rodeo. And it's Boone's turn again. He does really well. Then it's Marty's turn, and he gets a bull named Strychnine.
Yes, somehow I feel like is an electric bull because
Yeah.
of the way he was rotating on camera.
He starts riding, and speaking of that, that's one thing I think you'll like about Hitman or Fall Guy, is that it shows you basically every single stunt it's getting ready to do in front of you.
Yeah.
It shows you how it's done, and then just does it, and you do not like it. You don't realize that's what's happening. It is so good.
Okay. No, I really, like I said, I'm gonna watch it. I'm really interested in it.
You should watch it tonight,
I may watch it tonight.
especially since you don't have anything to do tomorrow.
So excited.
You just can't hide it.
So excited right now. Like
You're about to lose control, and you think you like it.
half of my clients wouldn't even be on camera tomorrow because it's deadline day.
Is that a good thing?
Well, no, I'm saying like it's not like if I had decided to work, I already know this had just been the perfect timing for something like this to happen. Because I was like, you know what? I remember this time last year. Nobody gonna miss me.
Oh, did you actually take tomorrow off?
Yes.
Oh, girl, that's even better. That's
what I mean. Like
you could sleep in.
Because the thing is like when I was first when they first told me, it was later in the day. So I was like, oh well, I mean, I have to drive down there. I have to do all this stuff. Like, there's no way I can like fit this into my day. And so then they pulled it back to the morning. So that I was grumpy because I was like, girl, so now I'm like, I get to sleep in. I get to do nothing tomorrow. Maybe clean up a little bit for my like hurricane of drag.
The Lord, He works in mysterious ways.
Right.
Oh, girl,
Go
you
do
need
my
to
little
wash it because I'm
karaoke.
sure it stinks.
My little Kiki karaoke.
Mm-hmm.
It does stink, but I mean, like I watch my drag.
I know you do.
When I see those people doing these like reminders of people, I'm like, why do y'all have to be reminded? I live in a fairly large house, and some of y'all don't. How do you even stay in the same room with some of that
Girl,
drag?
I know because you can sometimes smell it. Like you can smell it two rooms down.
Yeah,
and it's like, ooh.
I'm like, how do y'all live in efficiencies? How do
y'all live in efficiency? I have not heard that phrase since the 1953s.
They still use that term down here.
Oh God.
All inefficiency means in South Florida is that somebody put a room next to their garage. That's what that means.
Well, Marty rides, and then the bull goes crazy, so Boone has to run in to save him.
Oh no!
So JB and Jill, it pans over to them in the hotel room packing. I think this is where your conversation probably happened off camera while they're packing. Well, Carla calls, and Jill's like, is it Marty? And she's like, no, it's Boone. So they rush over, and like, Marty is not very good.
No.
I mean, but Boone's not very good, excuse me.
Well, they're not, either one is very good, but one's injured very badly.
Yeah, like on a stretcher bad. We find out that Marty pulled out of the competition, and that gives Boone all of the money.
Oh.
So there's a call for Doc Schaefer. There's this woman with a perm who's like, I got a call for Doc Schaefer. I have no idea who to give this to. I got this girl. Get your SAG.
Just get the benefits, girl.
Get the bit. You got a line. Good for you.
She's probably like Mamie Dickerson from like 1947. This is her first acting role in like 20 years. She was like, Angela, do you remember when we did that one movie together? I lost my benefits. Can you fit me in?
Well, we find out it was Warden Barnes.
Okay.
And he was in Oregon, and he was the warden when Doc worked for him, and it was a very important call. That's all he knows. He doesn't know what it was about, just it was an important call. Something clicks with JB, so she calls McCabe, and she's like, hey, the dock had emphysema. There should have been oxygen in the trailer. Was it? And was it empty or full? There was oxygen in the trailer, and it was empty.
Oh, no.
So she's like, okay. So it's later on in a bar, and Luke's sitting there. McCabe and JB walk in, and McCabe hands him a photograph. It's like, hey, could you identify this person? He takes a photograph. It's like, yeah, that's Wally. Why are you asking? Hands photograph back. He's like, well, it was for the thumbprint you just left on that photograph. Thank you very much, sir. We found out that Luke is an escaped prisoner. He hits the inspector with a mug of beer, tries to get his gun, and they just escort him out.
He knocked that dude out.
He did. He did.
Those Canadian mugs or something else.
So we're back at the hospital with Boone. We found out that Luke escaped 13 years ago. The doc had figured it out because he was a surgeon at the time, so he saw something in his leg that reminded him. And he used a matchbook with a cigarette as a fuse to start the fire, and just sat there with the oxygen on his face
mask.
to keep himself alive.
Mm.
So they're walking out, and Jill's a little bit scared to go home because she's afraid of what her mother will say. Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you like this episode?
I really did actually like this episode
did
because
too.
it was ridiculous on every front.
I did too. I did too. This one was it was wackadoodle. Like it was
it's totally wackadoodle, but like the first like it was interesting because it was like a 3-act this time. It was like love story followed by tabloid, followed by what in the world how did you guys come out with this murder scenario? All 3 of those things, I was like, yes, this is when the warden called. I was like, you know what? This is it for me. Like, this is perfection. So I really actually I like this one a lot. It was a hoot.
I agree. Hey, Maim.
Mm-hmm.
Maim.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to tell our dear listeners where they can find you?
Yeah, sure. Hello, dear listeners. It's me, Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. A little tired today. You can find me hosting various stuff. So Mondays and Thursdays, I host karaoke in Miami Beach. Mondays at The Gathering and Thursdays at Killy Rydell. I also host different shows called The Black Market and Gender Blender. You can find links to all that stuff at I'mYourAuntieMaim.com along with my socials. How about you, Mims?
Hey, I'm the Divine Mims. You can find me online at thedivinemims.com. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know we have Patreon?
No.
That's right. If you go to Patreon.com, put Mims and Maim, you can throw somebody. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do we have another podcast?
What?
That's right. It's called Bake Sugar's Design Win Podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
Yes.
That's right. If you go to MimsMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
You'll have a 5-star review on Rye.
That's right, Maim. 5-star review on Rye. Extra mayo. Hey, Maim. Did you, our dear listeners, can reach out to us?
What?
That's right. They can send us an email at mimsmaim@gmail.com. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Then why don't you say good night, Maim?
Good night.
Bye, y'all.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.